All right, picking up where I left off. This is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai have indignation forever. So this is the people who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has righteous anger against. And the border of wickedness, meaning wherever they go, wickedness follows. You know, wherever they are, wickedness is right there with them. You know, wherever they go, turning your people into moles and fruitcakes and all kinds of things. Turning your women against them, against you, giving your women's liberation, saying that you don't need a man. You know, turning your houses upside down, destroying your houses through their different philosophies. But who is Esau Edom, the so-called white man? The scriptures give you hints. You know, the scriptures tell you these things. It's put it in code, and a lot of the stuff is plain. But Esau Edom has to be somewhere, somebody. All the other nations are put in the scriptures. Esau Edom, the one who's going to be ruling at the time of the end, and he has to be somebody. Somebody has to be ruling right now. This is Genesis chapter 25 and verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau, which Esau means wasted away is he. He came out looking like a stillborn baby. He came out looking with his skin translucent. You know, his blood showing through his skin. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now I'm gonna jump up a little bit. This is Genesis chapter 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for his wife, because she was barren. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. So they were fighting in the womb, because this is the reincarnation of Cain and Abel. You know, Cain slew his brother Abel because Abel had a more righteous sacrifice than him. The Lord had respect unto Abel. So what did Cain do? He slew him. And when you go and look up the word Cain, it means weapon. Genesis 25 and verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto her, so she went to a prophet in those times. And the prophet told her what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said. Because the prophets are the mouthpiece to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So 2 nations, 2 separate people are in the womb. Just because there are twin brothers and all that stuff doesn't, they're 2 separate people. 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people. Let's look at this word for manner. If anything, no, it's just giving me the thing for number 2. But 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. You have the righteous and the wicked. These 2 manner of people shall be separated from your bowels, Rebekah. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So, the one people, Israel, Jacob being stronger than Esau, mentally, physically, all around stronger. That's what you see today. Jake playing all the sports, all the gladiator sports, stronger than Esau, better than Esau, all around. And the elder shall serve the younger. So it's written that the elder was to serve the younger. Who came out first? Esau. Who came out second? Jacob. So in the coming times, this prophecy is going to be fulfilled. which was already fulfilled, but they which when I'll get to it, but this is going to be fulfilled again. The elder shall serve the younger. Esau is going to serve Jacob. They're going to be slaves in the kingdom of heaven. They're going to rebuild this earth. All the things that they destroyed, they're going to build back up. And I'm going to jump down to verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. And that means to be a wise hunter, a knowledgeable hunter. What you see today, Esau is a very knowledgeable hunter. Esau, the so-called white man, they got the different scents to smell like the different animals. They have the duck calls, the different calls to attract animals, the camouflage, the different kinds of traps, the different kinds of hunting stands. They have so many different things for hunting. So that's for hunting. Hey, and what makes you think you, Jake, you're not hunted? They show you that in the movie. They clone Tyrone. All the different ways that they're tricking you. With the food, the music, all these things. Even with the music, they showed you with the music to lure you into different states of slumber, to make you riled up and rowdy. And this is all things that Esau, a cunning hunter, has searched out. This is Psalms 64. And I'll start at verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So, coming time, all the wicked, Esau, Edom, they're going to send out their armies, their militia, whoever, to hunt out Jake. You have all kinds of different militias here in Babylon the Great. All kinds of patriots, whatever they call themselves. There's plenty of people that hate you, Jake. There's going to be a great uprising against you, Jakes. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all you people. They're going to want to take this country back from you. Again, Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So they prepare their words against you. They're riling themselves up. They're getting themselves ready up against you, starting with their words. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So they're coming up with different ways how to get rid of Jake in secret. Some of the things are through the jab, by taking it by constantly saying like, oh, you're disadvantaged communities, you're underrepresented, this and that, so they can set you up in different ways. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Like the elder apostle Tahar, I saw that he did a video about the digital ID in Kenya. And I did a little reading up on it and whatnot, and part of what they say is like, oh, we're got to help these underrepresented people, something like that. We got to help out all these people, to get them, to help them out because they're not represented. They can't get these government funds and whatnot. And ultimately, this is a snare to bring up the MOTB. So to have everybody in this system, this beast system that Esau Edom has set up. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. So they search out iniquities. They look out for different ways to snare up Jake, to take Jake in a snare. And every one of them think like this. But the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So, hey, the Most High is going to make that their plans fail. But back to Genesis. Showing you that Esau is a cunning hunter. Very knowledgeable. He searches out all these things. What makes Jake tick? What's going to make him, do certain things? How to entice Jake. How's it going, man? This is Genesis 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So Jacob was a homebody. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So Jacob was cooking one day, and Esau came back in from hunting. No telling, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai could have scattered all the animals. They smelled Esau coming. Could have made him put a spirit on him to be extra hungry. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. So that same red pottage, that food that Jacob was cooking, that wasn't even finished cooking, Esau wanted to eat. He was hungry. The Lord put that spirit on him to be extra hungry. Verse 31, and Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." So Jacob, having the name supplanter, said, "Sell me your birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" So the prophecy has to be fulfilled. It's the birthright of the firstborn, all the younger siblings have to serve him. But the elder has to serve the younger. So Jacob has to get this birthright. And the Lord made Esau to be wicked, to not care about anything, to not think about these things. So he said, "Hey, I'm about to die. So what is this birthright going to do for me? What use is this birthright if I'm dead? So it doesn't matter to me." Showing you that Esau is a carnal man. He's only thinking about the right now. Yeah, he can plan ahead, do his his different agendas and try to plan ahead for different years, but that's only to serve his right now. That's only to serve his flesh. Again, Genesis chapter 25 and verse 32, and Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So, said, "Swear to me, give me your birthright." And Esau swear. He made that swear. He took that oath. He sold his birthright. He did it willingly. Nobody twisted his arm. Nothing like that. Nobody wrote some things like Esau will do. Put a secret clause or something like that. Make it hard to understand in his contracts. Jacob didn't put it in legalese. He's like, "No, if you want this food, give me your birthright." And Esau said, "Okay, yeah, I'm about to die, man. Who needs a birthright? I want some food." Verse 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. So Esau ate that morsel of food, ate some bread with it, got up and went his way like nothing happened. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So because of that, Esau hated his birthright. He didn't care about it. He held it in contempt. It didn't matter to him. It was this. Matter of fact, let me get that word for despise. H959 Bazah says to despise, disdain, think to scorn, hold in contempt. to be vile, to be worthless. He thought his birthright was worthless. Meanwhile, here he is trying to get it back. Trying by any means. And ultimately with the MOTB, trying to get it back. He wants to do away with all of Jake. This is how he's going to try to get it back, but he can't. Because it was never for him. Oh, I just had it. Lord willing, it'll come back. The precept just came to mind, and I forgot it. Lord willing, it'll come back. This is Genesis chapter 27. And I'll start at verse 35. And he said, thy brother, this is Isaac speaking, and he said, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. So Esau is being a false accuser. Even though Jacob did supplant him, but he didn't do it, how do you say it? He didn't get over on him like, I don't know, like how Esau gets over on people. He told him plain, give me your birthright for this food. He sold it to him. Now this blessing, Esau wasn't going to keep his end of the deal, because this should have went to Jacob anyway. But this is the way the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, played it out. For Jacob to come disguised as Esau. For Isaac to go blind, to give Jacob the blessing. This is how Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai wrote it to play out. Genesis 27 and verse 36, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? So Esau is whining and crying because he sold his birthright, all that to Jacob. And now his birthright, now he's seeing that it's been taken away from him. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? So, Jacob got the blessing. Jacob got the ultimate blessing, the entire worth, the entire world. I'm trying to say world and earth at the same time, but the entire world, the nations bowing down to him. Plenty. Matter of fact, I'll just read it. This is Genesis 27 and verse 28. Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. So, Jacob, our forefather Israel, the father of the 12 tribes, he received this blessing. and all the other nations are going to bow down to Israel. And this is coming soon. Genesis 27 and verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Oh, hold on, let me start out one more. Genesis chapter 27 and verse 38, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And again, here in Hebrews 12 and 16, it'll tell you more about Esau. It says, Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, showing you this person is profane. Let's get this word for fornicator. G4205, pornos. A male prostitute, i.e. a debauchee, a fornicator, a whoremonger, a man who prostitutes his body to another's lust for hire. A man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse, a fornicator. And this is Esau all day. You can't have him near animals. You can't have him near children. You can't have him near other men. This man is an ultimate weirdo. And who is this going around the world spreading all this? This is Esau Edom, the so-called white man that goes to every nation. If you look at the high-ranking military officials right now, those people, hey, they're all wearing, you know, that's all I'm going to say on it. Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person. Let's get this word for profane. This is G952, but bellows. Says, profane, unhallowed, common, of men ungodly, an ungodly man, a man that is a common person, a man that is not holy, a man that is unholy. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So he sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. Now he wants it back. Now he's all mad about it. Now he can't let go of things. It says in Ezekiel that thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Verse 17, for ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So when he was to receive that birthright, he was rejected. Jacob coming in and getting the blessing showed that Esau was rejected. Why? Because he was created to be wicked. He was not chosen to be the elect. He was not Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's chosen. Hey, Jacob is the elect, represents that elect at that time. Esau represents the rejects. Genesis 27 and verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. So what's the fatness of the earth? Hey, the best places to live. Wherever Esau is, hey, he's living in the best places. Hawaii. All the people that lived on that island, hey, they're all homeless now. They're all strung out, homeless. The water's polluted, but Esau is living up in nice places. Hey, the so-called Native Americans here, and they had the entire land. Esau came in, kicked them out from place to place, up until now where they're living in little reservations. And if they find out they got oil on them reservations, hey, Esau will find a way to get them out of there too. All this has been, they've done this before. They have a history of this. Wherever they go, the border of wickedness. Genesis chapter 27 and verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live. By his sword. How do you think Esau got this country? How he got the places that he lived, that he's in the world? By his sword. The modern day sword is the gun, the missile, the atomic bomb, the jet, the thermonuclear missile, the ICBM, the intercontinental ballistic missile, a Hellfire missile, Tomahawk, you name them. This is how Esau got these things. Through his tongue, through his deceit. By having these different leaders, go into contracts with him and then betraying them, setting up his puppet leaders, by sending his jackals. Genesis 27 and verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So, hey, that yoke has been broken. After Solomon died, King Solomon died. After King Solomon died, Esau, Edom rebelled. And now, they are where they are. They slipped into different societies, rose up to the top by lying, stealing, and killing, to where they are now, to this great Babylon the Great, this great nation, Babylon the Great. Which this isn't a great nation. This is a terrible nation. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. Because, this is who's ruling now. Esau, Edom. This land is known as spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, and also known as Babylon, Babylon the Great, the land of great confusion, the land of darkness. Because this place, everything that comes out of here is straight up confusion. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So this time that's coming, this time that's here, this is the time of recompense. This is the time of payback. Babylon, the ancient world, they were taken over by the Persians and the Medes. They weren't destroyed. This here is going to be destroyed by fire. Verse 7, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So again, Babylon the Great have been a golden cup. The whole earth, all the nations of the world have drunken this cup from Babylon the Great. They've been made drunk off of the philosophies that come out here, drunk off of everything that comes out of this place. They've changed. They took off their traditional attire, wanted to dress up like so-called Americans. They want to be Americans. They want to come over here. Why? Because they've been made drunk. When you're drunk, you're not seeing straight. When you're drunk, that chick that's like a 2 or whatever, she becomes like an 8 or something like that. That chick, you got your beer goggles on. All these nations had the beer goggles on, and they've gone crazy, and they're waking up to the nonsense that's been done to them. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And this is what Babylon the Great has done. He got all these nations drunk. You know, with your ABC agenda, your different philosophies, your women's liberation, everything that's come out of here has made the world drunk. And you've only done this so these nations will get confused. And so you can, while they're in this confused, drunken stupor, go and look at all their nakedness, take their resources, everything. You do this for greed. So you can go rifle through their houses. This is that wicked man. This is him. You know, he's going to get you drunk and then go through all your pockets. Or get you drunk and then sell you into slavery. Verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on all thy glory. So everything is coming out now about this man, Esau Edom. Everything is coming about him. His own tongue is falling upon themselves. You know, all the history, the real history of this place is coming out. Matter of fact, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and we were talking about, different, when you're talking with dudes or whatever, conspiracy things come up. And he's saying, like, I've been thinking lately, like, is America, are we the good guys? And, he's thinking about it, he's like, I don't think we're the good guys. He's starting to look at all the history of the things that this place has done to other countries, to its own people. You're not the good guys. You're the bad guys. So shameful spewing is on all thy glory. Everything that you were known for, the truth is going to come out. All the good things that you supposedly did, the truth is going to come out. All your wickedness is going to be shown. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So, this country, Babylon the Great, this wicked nation, you're suddenly going to be fallen. Why? By the ICBMs. Or how by the ICBMs? This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. And that's Britain. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues. Why? Because this is a great nation. This is a great place where you can go and make money. And they're gonna be so astonished that this entire nation from coast to coast is going to be destroyed by ICBM thermonuclear destruction. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend a bow. And those are the nations that have nuclear arms. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So, all the arrows that these nations, all which you have different nuclear terminology, referring to ICBMs and nuclear weapons as arrows. So today, the modern arrow is them ICBMs. They come out of a silo, out of the boat, and they shoot. And they even make an arc like an arrow. Hey, these ICBMs are not just to sit in a museum. They're going to be used. They're going to be used here in Babylon the Great. They're going to wipe this place off the earth. So it will be your best interest for you Israelites that know this word to get right. Because you want to escape this judgment that's coming. This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these are the NATO and EU countries, these shall hate the whore. Hey, these NATO and EU countries, they hate this whore, Babylon the Great. The whore represents Babylon the Great. She's on top of the beast. She's on top of the beast, which is this Roman Edomite system, which has these other countries, the NATO and EU countries, and she's telling them all what to do. And these countries hate America. She's proud. She's stubborn. She does whatever she wants to do. These other nations hate this place. But this is where they make all their money. This is where you go when you want to become rich. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So, hey, these other nations are going to shoot their arrows on her. Those that thought those that America thought they were friends, these are going to betray her. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, let us go up against her in battle. So all these nations are going to come up against Babylon with their nuclear arms. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. So, hey, amongst the heathen, all these different nations, hey, you're getting lesser and lesser to them. More and more insignificant. Thou art greatly despised, and you're greatly hated. All these nations around the world that hate you. Hey, a few years ago, I remember 20 years ago, growing up, hey, after 9/11, whatever, you had a lot of people a lot of foreigners that they showed that hate America. And America, being at that time, and they would lie about it. They would say, oh, these nations hate us for our freedom. They hate us because of this and that. But in reality, hey, these nations hate you because you went over to their country and destroyed their entire nation. You destroyed their people. You destroyed their way of life, their infrastructure, everything. And then you come back. Oh, they hate us because of our freedoms. They hate us because they ain't us. But now, hey, the whole world sees everything that you've done. The whole world knows your wickedness. And you are greatly despised. The entire world hates you. You are the most hated. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And when people are mourning and sighing and groaning, and they hate that. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 5. Oh, no. Right. Okay. Yeah, Psalms chapter 10 and verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Let's see here. H2342 for grievous. Chawal. They're always twisting, twirling. It's always a dance of Esau. Or writhing. They're always painful. There's always some kind of, it's always something with Esau. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. So, hey, this is what Esau does. He puffs himself up at his enemies. He blows himself up. He bigs himself up around his enemies. I'm American. Get out of my way. Verse 6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And this is a proud speech. This is how Americans think. This is how the leadership thinks. I'll never get into trouble. America forever. God bless America. But, hey, this is how Esau thinks. I'll never be moved, we'll never be in trouble, and we'll always bounce back. And if something does happen, we'll be back to rebuild. Back to Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. And thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So you see him. Hey, matter of fact, I had a video. I meant to do a lesson on it, and it slipped my mind, but I still had the videos. Lord will, I can do a lesson on it. But these Edomites, they like to camping up in the cliffs and the rocks. But Esau likes that. His dwelling place from Petra, and they literally carved that city in the rocks. And today, the modern day cities, and they look like mountain ranges. He likes to live in the high rises. And then today, he has a space station up in the heavens. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So you say that, hey, you think he's been winning for so long that he thinks, hey, who's gonna bring me down? None of these nations can. They don't stand a chance against me. They don't stand a chance against the American ingenuity and elbow grease or whatever else. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, showing you again the symbolism. What's the national bird? The bald eagle, that proud-looking bird. And all their symbolism that they use throughout the ages. It's always been an eagle. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest among the stars, the International Space Station, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So you're going to be brought down to the ground. You're going to be brought down low. This is Revelation 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So, hey, this here Hey, we're going to be gathered up. We're going to be brought up. We're going to be taken up in chariots. Those so-called UFOs, UAPs, those flying saucers, the chariots of the Lord. We're going to be the elect are going to be taken out of this. They're going to be taken out of this land when this is destroyed. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. So, hey, this whore, give her a double portion. Everything that she's done to you, give to her double. And so, with this place, it's going to be destroyed by the thermonuclear destruction, as well as after that, hey, they're going into slavery. They're going to serve for 1,000 years, and then after that, be completely wiped out. Like how they wanted to do to us, they want to wipe us out, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, well, it's going to happen to you. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So she glorified herself. She bigged herself up and lived deliciously off the backs of the Israelites, the blood, sweat, and tears of the Israelites. And it says also that she was drunken with the blood of the saints being the Israelites. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. So give her torment and sorrows. She's been living deliciously all this time, and hey, all that's coming to an end, baby. You getting torment, sorrows, and the good times are over. It reminds me of, the song comes to mind, the Cars. I think it's like, let the good times roll or whatever. Hey, them times is over. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. I sit a queen and am no widow. So I sit a queen. I'm up here on my throne. I'm not a widow. And shall see no sorrow. Hey, like, I'm going to live forever. I will never be in adversity. Nothing bad is ever going to happen to me. Speaking proud. Like it says in Daniel 7. Hey, that little horn was more stout than its fellows. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who judgeth her. So all these things are coming in one day. Famine, death, mourning, just complete destruction, all in one day. It also says, let me get that. Matter of fact, I'll just keep reading. Revelation 18 verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Now, they're not going to be sad because this bitch is gone. No, they're going to be sad because all the money-making opportunities are gone. This is a place where you go to sell things to make money. This is a consumer nation. This is a nation of suckers. You can sell them anything. Revelation 18 and verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So Yahushua is going to destroy this place in 1 hour. This place is going to be completely wiped off the map in 1 hour. You know how quick this nation took hundreds of years to set up, to be put into place. to get all these different cities here. You know, to build up all these roads, the infrastructure, you know, the internet, the power lines, all that destroyed in 1 hour. All this work, like it's nothing. Yahushua is going to come and destroy this place in 1 hour. This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So at this time, the disciples, they were asking Yahushua if he's going to restore the kingdom to Israel at that time. Because to them, he had left and came back. He had been resurrected. All these things were fulfilled to them, but it wasn't. He's coming back at a later time. And the time is close. The time was close back then, and it's even closer now. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. So he said to them, it's not for you to know when I'm coming back, whatever. Only the Father knows. As a matter of fact, Yahushua says that. He doesn't even know when he's coming back. But he's waiting. That day is burning in his heart. You know, he's thinking about that. Hey, and I'm going to jump down. Verse 9, and when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. So after he was done talking to him, he got caught up in the chariot. A cloud, it was called. It'd be a cloud, a chariot, a fiery wheel, a whirlwind of the Lord. You know, it has many different names in the scriptures, but it was a chariot. Acts 1 and verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? The same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So the same way you've seen him go in the cloud, the chariot, the same way he's coming back. This is Revelation 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, showing you that the people, those men that pierced Yahushua, they're back here today. And all eyes are going to see Yahushua when he returns. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. So the entire world, they're going to be mourning when they see Yahushua. The only people that are going to be glad to see Yahushua are the elect. Because they're going to be mourning because it's the end. It's the end of all their kingdoms. Yahushua is coming to establish the kingdom of heaven. This is 2 Ezra chapter 13, and I'll read in the GNT. The 7 days passed, and the following night I had a dream. In my dream I saw a wind coming up out of the sea, and stirring up great waves. As I watched, the wind brought with it out of the sea what looked like a man. And he was flying on the clouds. So Ezra is seeing this same vision, seeing what seeing what was said in Acts and what was said in Revelation, seeing that same thing. And as I watched, the wind brought with it out of the sea what looked like a man, and he was flying on the clouds. And when he turned his face, everything he looked at began to tremble. And when he spoke, everyone who heard his voice melted like wax in a fire, showing you that nobody stands a chance against Yahushua. I looked again and saw a crowd too large to count. There were people gathered together from all parts of the world to fight against the man who had come up out of the sea. So during this time, World War III is going to be going on. All the troops are going to be gathered in the valley of Yehoshaphat, which is the Middle East. You see the troops gathering there right now. At any moment, any moment, the powder keg could go off. Any moment, you could reach a flashpoint where something major could happen. Where a flashpoint being the explosion. Any moment, a World War III could kick off fully. But this here is going on. This here is speaking of World War III going on. That's why all these troops from all over the world are already gathered together. So they're going to quit fighting against each other, and they're going to turn to try to fight Yahushua. And I looked again, 2 Ezra 13 and verse 5 in the GNT, I looked again and saw a crowd too large to count. There were people gathered together from all parts of the world to fight against the man who had come up out of the sea. Then I watched the man carve out a high mountain and fly upon it. I tried to see the place or the region from which the mountain was carved, but I couldn't. So this mountain, this chariot that Yahushua had made, was so large that you couldn't see the ends of it. I tried to see the place or the region from which the mountain was carved, but I couldn't. Then I saw that all the people who had come together to make war against him were terrified, but they still prepared to fight him. So, these people, all the tribes of the earth mourning. These people were terrified that they had to fight Yahushua. But the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, put the spirit on them to fight. When the man saw the great crowd advancing to attack him, he did not take up any weapons. The only thing I saw was what looked like a stream of fire coming out of his mouth. He sent a flaming wind from his lips and a storm of sparks from his tongue. The stream of fire, the flaming wind, and the great storm combined, and swept down on the crowd that was coming to attack him, and burned them all up in a single moment. In a single moment, that crowd too large to count vanished, and there was nothing left but powdery ashes and the smell of smoke. I was shocked when I saw what had happened. So, this innumerable multitude, this great army came to fight Yahushua, and they got turned to dust. And this is who's coming to save his people. His people, the Israelites. This is Luke chapter 1 and verse 68. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 67. John's father, Zechariah, was filled with the Holy Spirit, and he spoke the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's message. Let us praise Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the power of Israel. He has come to help. He has come to the help of his people and has set them free. He has provided for us a mighty Savior, a descendant of his servant David, showing you that Yahushua is from the lineage of David. He promised through his holy prophets long ago that he would save us from our enemies and from the power of all those who hate us. He said he would show mercy to our ancestors and remember his sacred covenant. With a solemn oath to our ancestor Abraham, he promised to rescue us from our enemies and allow us to serve him without fear, so that we may be holy and righteous before him all the days of our life. So, hey, this is who's coming to save us, Yahushua. He's sending his Savior. Yahushua means he saves, he delivers. He's going to save his people. So, hey, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of your leg. Hey, Shalom.